Hey, what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. This is not going to be counting as my video for the week, so I will be posting another video as well. This is just a bonus video for those who are interested in this topic. I did ask on Twitter if this was something that you guys would be interested in. I got the majority yes. Some people said they wouldn't watch it, which I totally understand. Some people are only here for the magic content, but I do like to talk about video games every once in a while because I love playing video games, and Kingdom Hearts is my favorite video game series, so I thought it'd be a really good place to kind of chit-chat with you guys about this. And basically, before we get into like the world's ranking, like my least favorite to all the way to my favorite, I kind of just wanted to like talk about Kingdom Hearts for just like a hot second in general. Also, I have a candle burning in the background. It is pumpkin donut, which I'm getting ready for fall. So anyways, I kind of just wanted to like start by just kind of like an overview sort of situation. So I replayed through Kingdom Hearts 1 for, I believe, my third time. The first time I played it, which is honestly hilarious that I'm filming this video now, because I got on my Facebook memories from in 2013 was, I believe, when I first started playing Kingdom Hearts 1. So I don't think it was today exactly when I'm filming this video. You guys are going to be seeing this in a couple days. I don't even know what today's date is. Can you guys keep track of dates? Today is the July 17th. And it was like a year ago, or 7 years ago that I posted that I was starting to play Kingdom Hearts 1. So I had originally played, I guess, was it the PS3 that I had played on? Cause the expansion pack, like the final mix pack, had like not come out yet, I do not believe. And so anyways, I played through that one time, and then in order to get ready for, I'm so sorry, it might have been 4 times that I've played it, because I think I played it in 2013 and then I played it another time at Paul's apartment, is what I think happened, I'm pretty sure. And then I replayed it through, so that was like years later in like 2015 or something like that. And then I played through it again when I was preparing for Kingdom Hearts 3, so I played it again in 2017, and then I just replayed through it. I finished off at level 50 something. I was playing on normal, like standard. And then I played through it. I was about level 50 or so. I had like 20 hours or so in the game. I finished with Divine Rose, which you can definitely do. I thankfully, with the 17 pieces of the final boss, only had to do that one time, which was really nice. So anyways, yes, this was about my 3rd or 4th time. I'm pretty sure it was my 4th time playing through. And so, I played through the whole game. I also did all the Dalmatians, which I would 100% recommend, because you get from the Dalmatians, you get Eroga, I think it is, or Eroga, yeah. You get the final stage of that, and it just makes, like, the final boss just, like, a million times easier, so. Anyways, also, I have the kittens in here with me, so they're just kind of like Zelda and Leia. They're just kind of like roaming around right now. So anyways, without further ado, let's hop into this ranking video. I am not going to be talking about 100 Acre Woods or Atlantica in this ranking because I have done them in the past. I have not done them the most recent playthrough. They're totally optional worlds. 100 Acre Woods I do think is good because you do get a lot of, like, from what I'm remembering, you get a lot of, like, chests and you get a lot of potions and, like, maybe AP boosts and things like that, which are good to get. But to be honest, I just wasn't really feeling it this go around. I just decided not to do it. And Atlantica, I'm just not a huge fan of. It's a totally optional world, and I just didn't like the aspect of just swimming around. I thought it was really awkward and really clunky, and to be honest, just wasn't a huge fan of it. So also, one thing I want to note before we hop into this video, there's only one world that I avidly do not enjoy, which will be my number 11 slot, because we're going from least favorite to favorite. But with that being said, from 10 on, our worlds I still do enjoy. They're not my absolute favorite, if that makes sense. So even though I'm like ranking it at number 10 or number 9, it doesn't mean that I don't like it. There's other worlds that I like more, so. Okay, let's hop into it. Number 11, my least favorite world is Monstro. And you guys, I think what I figured out with me in video games about why I don't enjoy Monstro is because I don't like when video games, and this is not even just a Kingdom Hearts thing, when everything looks the same. When you're in like the different, I don't even know what they're called, but like room 1, I think they're room 1, room 2, whatever. When they all look the same, that personally really bothers me. And because it's like my 4th time playing it through, I like remembered bits and pieces of things because let's be honest, it's my favorite, so I'm gonna be remembering, like things. And I just like, as I played through it, I was like, I just don't enjoy this world. It was the world I like as quickly as I could get through. That's what I tried to. But my main issue with Monstro is that all the rooms look identical. You're there for literally 30 seconds. I think it's the world you're there for the least amount of time. At least I spent the least amount of time on, other than like Destiny Islands. But I ran through it as quickly as I possibly could. I was like, I'm not about this. I just want to get off this world. And I just don't enjoy it. The visuals too in that game, like really, that world really bother me. I just don't like the visual setup and the colors. It really bothered my eyes, if that makes sense, and I just didn't enjoy it, so. Okay, coming in at number 10 is Destiny Islands, and the only reason Destiny Islands, you guys, is honestly ranked so few is because you're not there for a short period of time. Something that I really loved about the first Kingdom Hearts was that you are really thrown out to the wolves. You do these really mundane tasks, you know, you're getting materials for a raft, and then it's just kind of like you're doing this, like, race with Riku, which doesn't even really matter, and it just, like, you're doing these really, like, mundane things, and then it kind of just gets real. And that's my biggest gripe, I would say, with Kingdom Hearts 2, because I'm playing through that again for, I believe, the third time. And so the thing with Kingdom Hearts 2 is that you're playing it through, and you're like, it's like you spend so much time in Twilight Town, and you're just like, just get on with it. Like, you're in Twilight Town for such a long period of time where you just kind of want to get off that, hey, get off my tower. Sorry for the interruption, Leia jumped on top of my tower, and she is not allowed there. So anyways, Destiny Islands. So you're there for such a short period of time, but with that being said, aspects that I really enjoyed about Destiny Islands is I really liked the never-ending Heartless that occur, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's very few points in the game where you do have a never-ending flow of Heartless, and so you can stay on Destiny Islands for a long period of time and just grind if that's something that you want to do. Or you could just ignore those Heartless, you could kill some, you could do whatever you want, and you could just hop on your merry way and just move on. And I really liked that aspect a lot of like the never-ending stream of Heartless. I just thought that was really cool. I'm trying to, like, be focused, but there's, like, cats, like, right next to me, and it's just like, hey, it's so hard to be, like, serious, but they're just, like, chilling in with me right now. Anyways, yeah, so Destiny Islands, it was just like not my, was definitely like a really good world for me. It was super short, but there's nothing wrong with that, because again, it's the first Islands. Things are meant to be like really just showing you the mechanics. I think overall, I would say, I think they did a really good job with how they handled Destiny Islands, where they gave it this sort of like tutorial mode, and I actually do really enjoy the first boss that you're dealt. If you fail at the first boss, no harm, no foul, it's okay, but if you beat it, it's really good because I think you gain a level, which is incredibly helpful at that stage of the game. So overall, I like Destiny Islands. It was a really, really good tutorial mode. There's just worlds that I like a little bit better. You know, it's the tutorial world. It's not meant to be like anything super fancy, which is fine. Okay, coming in at number 9 is Hollow Bastion. And, you know, it's so funny because, again, I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts 2 right now, and I actually really enjoy the rework of Hollow Bastion a lot. But for some reason, this Hollow Bastion, I'm just not a huge fan of. Okay, I need to kick the cats out because they're being super disruptive. Hold on one second. Alright, guys, I always try to film with the kittens, and then it never ends up working out very well. So you might hear crying at the door at some point because they are begging to be let in. So, Hollow Bastion. Hollow Bastion, in my opinion, has the same sort of problem that I have with Monstro, is that a lot of the lift stops look very identical, and I'm not a huge fan of that. With that being said, aspects that I really loved about Hollow Bastion is Maleficent fight. You have Maleficent with her like on the little pedestal situation, which is super easy, and myself included. I know there's a lot of people who are really disappointed by that fight because you're at that point, you don't really know a lot about like Organization 13, and you don't know like a lot of that aspect of things, but so you're looking at Maleficent and you think, and again, I've played through the game so many times, like I know the story and all that kind of stuff, but like you're playing it through, and if you're playing it through the first time, you just don't know, like you think she's it. You're like, oh my goodness, Maleficent is like the super threatening like force sort of thing. And then it just turns out that she's not really. Like it was just kind of a little bit of a disappointing fight if we're gonna be honest, but her dragon form is pretty hard. I had to go back and actually level up a couple levels, but then again, I did skip Atlantis, so that could have been like part of it where I was like shy in a couple levels for that aspect. But anyways, yeah, Hollow Bastion, just that fight was great. The where she's like the dragon, like super, super good fight. Definitely like a very like memorable fight, definitely very notable. But anyways, yeah, just like another thing I really liked about Hollow Bastion is I really liked the library, and I really liked, which I know there's not any fights in there, but visually I just really enjoyed it, and I liked the putting the books back and stuff. I thought that was like super cute, and a super cute like little puzzle, you know, not like it was a very challenging puzzle, but it was cute. And then I also liked like the main corridor, but the lift stops and all that kind of stuff wasn't really a huge fan of. Like it just didn't really do it for me. Everything, again, looked very identical. I'm not very good at, like, directions in games. Like, if things look identical, I'm not very good at, like, getting from point A to point B if everything looks the same. And that was, I would say, my biggest gripe with Hollow Bastion. With that being said, though, I feel like Hollow Bastion is the world where things really do still feel like they're about to get real. Like, it feels very much like a world that, you know, you're getting these like super threatening, you're the foes that you fight it's like it feels like they jumped up a level. Like it feels like a lot of the worlds, if you go back, if you're like world hopping, which I did because I was getting all the Dalmatians, and I think what I did is I got a lot of the Dalmatians that I had missed in like Trinities and stuff like that, and I went back to Hollow Bastion, and I was like, as I was going through those worlds, I was like, all these enemies are just super easy. Like Hollow Bastion, I feel like really steps up and makes things just a lot more challenging. And I was kind of disappointed visually with Hollow Bastion. Also, knowing what I know now about 2 and Hollow Bastion in 2, I just enjoy Hollow Bastion a lot more in there. So that was that. Coming in at number 8, we have the End of the World. And I really enjoyed the flavor of End of the World. I really liked how the End of the World was literally a compilation of every world, and you just go back to it. Honestly, there's not a whole lot to say with End of the World, but I really, really liked it. And I thought that was really cool, just like a nod to all the other worlds that you visited, just to be like, hey, remember like when you started out at like Traverse Town and like, you know, you did all this stuff, and the enemies, like, and they recreated the world. It just like, I just really, really liked that aspect. Honestly, End of the World is really short, so there's really not a whole lot to say, but like, I thought it was really cool and just really unique, like to go back to every sort of level. Like I feel like the worlds in this are very curated, which I personally really enjoyed. So in Kingdom Hearts 1. So okay, that's coming in at number 8. Coming in at number 7 is Deep Jungle. And to be honest, I feel like the reason that Deep Jungle, like I'm trying to think, what are my rationales behind it? I didn't really care for like vine swinging. Wasn't like a really huge fan of that. I feel like, but with that being said, aspects that I really enjoyed about Deep Jungle is I really liked, like the final boss. I really liked like leading up that pathway to like leading up to the final boss, and like the aspect of like the trees and like hopping between the branches or the vines just wasn't really a huge fan for me. I just didn't really like it. And the part where you're with Tarzan, where you are on, I don't even remember what it's called. It's like a little mini game situation where you're like, on like the green, like tree trunk, and you're like going through that little mini game. Wasn't really a huge fan of that. I just felt like the vines was just like really unnecessary. And, I think like going back and forth between like in the Hippo's Lagoon, like going back and forth between, you know, jumping and like getting those, just wasn't like a really huge fan of that. Also, to be fair, the jumping in Kingdom Hearts 1 is a little bit janky, let's be completely honest here. 2 fixes up a lot of mechanical gameplay issues that 1 had, and I think, you know, that was just a sort of thing. So jumping in 1 was like not my personal favorite, but anyways, yeah, Deep Jungle just didn't really like do it for me, you know? It just like wasn't my personal favorite. Coming in at number 6 is Neverland. And honestly, you guys, I feel like as I go through a lot of these worlds, I realized that a lot of them were just really short, which was just kind of really like sad. And Neverland was kind of a shorter world, which kind of bummed me out. Deep Jungle I did feel like was actually a pretty long world, but I feel like Neverland is really short. You know what's funny is I feel like it's funny that I'm ranking Neverland so high, but it does have this sort of similar aspect to it where a lot of the of the rooms look very identical. So that was kind of like a little bit of an annoyance for me in Neverland. But with that being said, really enjoyed it. I love that you get the ability to fly. I liked how Neverland had like the 2 kind of aspects. What I mean by that is you have like the ship, which by the way, like the ship fights, absolutely loved them. Loved flying and like going through the air and like flying all around and like, you know, having the hook fight, like really, really enjoyed enjoyed that a lot, and I thought like those were some of like, that was super pretty and super well done, and I really enjoyed it. And I loved flying around. Like getting flight was like amazing. Like absolutely love it. Like flying everywhere was just like the best part of the game. Like for me, like I just loved it. Not the best part of the game, no, but like I really enjoyed it. So I liked that aspect. So you have kind of like the clock tower, and then what are they doing? Cats are just making weird noises. You have the clock tower aspect, and then you also have the like the ship. And I did really enjoy the clock tower. You know, you're only at the clock tower for like 30 seconds, to be honest. There's some like chests, I believe, that you can get around there, but you do gain the ability to fly. And just, I liked Neverland. I thought it was cute. You know, it was just like a cute world. I don't know. I liked it. It's like simple, but it was like cute. I liked it. Okay, coming in at number 5 is Wonderland. Guys, really, really enjoyed Wonderland. I really liked how you went into the upside down room at like different sides, like different elements of the room. I really liked that, how it was so on brand for Alice in Wonderland, honestly. Like it was just, it fit so much. Like the theme of Alice in Wonderland, you know, like the tea party garden, like really enjoyed that. And like the chests that were hidden, I thought were like in such creative spots, if that makes sense. And like it just, the whole world I just thought was so incredibly well done. I liked the elements of like, oh, you need to, you know, free Alice and whatnot, and you need to do that. I will say, kind of wish that you like fought the Queen of Hearts, like herself, as like a boss. I thought like that would have been really cool, because to be honest, I just really liked this world. Like the Lotus Forest and different elements of the Lotus Forest, and like how, you know, there's different areas of it. Like it's cute. It's on flavor. Like they did an incredible job with that world, in my personal opinion. So really liked it. Okay, coming in at number 4, and I know this world is optional, and I didn't mention the other optional worlds, but I really needed to mention Olympus because I really like Olympus. I understand that Olympus is super optional. I would definitely recommend that you do it, to be honest, because the first couple of cups that you get are super manageable, and you just gain EXP. So if you're looking for like a place to grind, it's definitely like a good place to do that, to be honest. You have like super great fights, like Cloud is like a super good, like notable, like rememberable fight. You have Yuffie, you have Leon, like that fight, which is challenging. You have the Hercules fight, which is just super cute. Like I liked the, you know, you're fighting a god sort of thing, so like the weakness is you have to throw a barrel on him. Like, come on, that's cute. So yeah, it's a good world. It's a really simple world. Like there's really not a lot going on. You do a very simple thing of like, you go through these different tiers. When I did it this ran through, I did there's the Phil cup, there's the Hercules cup, and then I think there's another cup. Then there's the Pegasus cup, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I'm not sure. Whatever the one with Cerberus is, I stopped in the middle of it because Cerberus is super hard and super annoying, and I was like, I'm not doing this. So I didn't participate in that one, but I did the other couple of fights, the Phil fight, and then, or the Phil cup, and then the Hercules one. I definitely did those, and yeah, really enjoyed it. There's not really a whole lot to say. I feel like Olympus is a very straightforward, very streamlined world, but I do really enjoy it, and I think it's super, like, I feel like the first beginning cups are like doable, and I definitely think you should do them to like get some levels and stuff. So, okay, coming in at number 3, we have Halloweentown, and like, oh my goodness, you guys, like the top 3 I'm so excited for, but like Halloweentown is so fun. Like it is a fun world. Like I love the aspect where your clothes change, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the only one, excluding Atlantica, where you're like a merman, which makes sense, so you have a tail, but like it's the only one where you like change outfits, and like I loved the outfit change that they did. Like absolutely loved it. I thought that was a really cute touch. Again, flavor, super fun. I really liked like the enemies. I thought they chose like the Heartless that I feel like they chose for that world are just like, it makes so much sense. You know what I mean? Like it just, everything just like fits and is just like so fun. And then you have like the aspect of, so I feel like a lot of times in World, it's not just like one thing that you have, if that makes sense. Like Olympus is like one thing, but like in this one I feel like you have you know, you have like your core like main area that you're in, Guillotine Square, right? You're there, and then you have like the graveyard, and then you have kind of like when you're at like Oogie Boogie's, like his whole kind of like situation or whatever. That fight was like a little bit tedious, to be completely honest, and I don't think hard is not the right word. I think the word is tedious to describe that fight. It's just a little bit annoying, to be honest, but it's fine. But I don't know, there's something about Halloweentown, like, I just really, really enjoy. Like, I don't know. It was just cute. It was flavorful, heartless, on brand for this world, and just, like, I just really liked it. It was a fun world, you know? Okay. Coming in at number 2, we have Agrabah. Love Agrabah. Like, seriously. So fun. I loved the layout of Agrabah, if that makes sense. Like, I really enjoyed the way they structured things, if that, like, makes sense at all to anyone. I really liked it. I liked the aspect of actually Agrabah, but then also the Cave of Wonders. Like, I remember the actual fight, the fight of, like, the cat that, like, opens its mouth so you go into the Cave of Wonders. I remember the first time that I was playing. Okay, so I've gotten significantly better at video games, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm so great at video games, but I've gotten significantly better at video games since the first time I played Kingdom Hearts, and I remember that fight being so incredibly challenging for me. And it's so funny because now I did it and I was like, Tracy, you thought that fight was hard? Like, anyone else, like, when you replay through a video game, you, like, distinctly remember a fight? Okay, the hardest fight in Kingdom Hearts is in Kingdom Hearts 2, and that is the Roxas vs. Sora fight. Don't even get me started on that fight. Okay, that'll be in my 2 if I decide to do a ranking part 2 or from Kingdom Hearts 2. But anyways, I just really liked it. I really, really, really enjoyed the Cave of Wonders. Like, really enjoyed that aspect. I liked those, like, secret rooms and, like, little things that you found and where you don't really necessarily need to go in all the rooms, but there's just, like, hidden stuff that you can find. Loved it. Loved the flavor. Cave of Wonders and just Agrabah in general. The enemies on point, like, pot spiders. Like, come on. That's amazing. So, loved Agrabah. Coming in at my number 1 slot, you've probably narrowed it down at this point, you probably know, is Traverse Town. And I feel like Traverse Town is just, like, it's where it all began, you know what I mean? It's just, like, Kingdom Hearts to me is very, like, and I don't even know if nostalgic is the right word, because when I think about nostalgia, I think about something that happened really, like, long ago in my childhood. And again, I feel like Kingdom Hearts, you know, was, like, 2013, so it was 7 years ago, so God, how old am I? I am 20. I just turned, am I 25 or am I 26? What? Is this, like, adulting where you, like, don't remember your age? Okay, but, so I was, like, you know, I wasn't, like, that old, I feel like, when I played Kingdom Hearts, but how Traverse Town, I feel like, just has a very, like, nostalgic piece for me, because it's just, like, it's the world, you know what I mean? Like, it's the home base world. It's, like, where it all is. Loved first, second, third districts. They're super small, I would say. You got, you know, Dalmatians, which, again, highly recommend you do the Dalmatians. I just realized I never finished all the postcards, but it is what it is. Yeah, or this go around I didn't finish all the postcards, but anyways, just, like, it's Traverse Town, man. Like, it's just, it's fun. It's like, I feel like there's very few worlds in this game. Well, I guess maybe this one's a little bit different, but I know the layout of Traverse Town. Like, if life depended on it and they were like, do you know the world's Traverse Town? It's like, yes, I do. Like, I know that world inside and out. And it was just, it's such a, like, it's kind of how I feel about Destiny Islands. Like, in my opinion, like, starting out with Destiny Islands, just, like, they did a really good job. It's a really simple world. There's not a whole lot going on. They're not trying to overwhelm you or anything like that. And I felt that way about Traverse Town, is it was such a good first world. And I say first world kind of loosely because, to be honest, Destiny Island is like, it's the tutorial, so I don't even know if you count that as the first world. I guess it just depends, but I feel like Traverse Town is, like, that good, like, we're gonna really ease you into this game. And, like, the first boss is so fun. Like, I just loved that aspect of, like, you have, like, you know, the different pieces of the boss, and it just, like, you're attacking the different pieces. Like, overall, just, like, absolutely love Traverse Town. Again, it feels very, like, nostalgic. Again, I don't even know if that's the right word in this instance, because I don't know if that really makes sense because it was only like 7 years ago since I played the first one, which is kind of crazy to be honest, because I feel like it felt much longer. Like I felt like I got, you know, acquainted with the games. I also need to go figure out how old I am after this video because I don't even recall how old I am right now. I think I'm 25, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, so that is it for my ranking of Kingdom Hearts 1 worlds. I know this video was like a little bit all over the place and kind of just more casual and chit-chatty, but those are some of my favorite videos to do where it kind of just feels like you're having a conversation with someone rather than this like uptight, like, okay, my favorite world is Town. The reasons I like it are this, like, that's just, you know, that's not who I am. So anyways, I really hope you guys liked this video. And definitely, if you enjoyed this, definitely let me know if you would want me to do this for Kingdom Hearts 2 and for Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm in the process of replaying through 2 right now. I'm about 4 or 5 hours into the game. I'm in Bastion right now. Sorry, I'm not. What am I talking about? I just finished Beast Castle. What am I talking about? And then I'm going to Mulan next. So, anyways, I really enjoyed this. Love this game series. My tattoo that is going here is going to be something Kingdom Hearts related. I don't know. So if you have any ideas, let me know. I've done some research on tattoo ideas. So I do want this shoulder to be it. I kind of want it to be like the same size as my typewriter, but I'm also like, I don't want like a half sleeve, but I think I want like a quarter sleeve maybe. I don't know. But anyways, let me know if you guys like this video and if you like me to do more like video game content. Again, it would be an extra video. This is not like taking over like magic by any means, but let me know if you liked it. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in my next one.